morning. I see a few people were waiting. I was a little bit late. Sometimes I have trouble getting set up. I'm not the brightest crayon in the box. Y'all say that? That, uh, that kind of leads me into what my topic's going to be today, British slang. Got a few notes written down. How's everyone today? Can you see me okay? Sun's coming up and it's going to get a little better probably on the video, but I turned on my porch light. Hey Ben, good morning, good to see you. I tried to schedule this so everybody would know that I was coming on because I had some topics I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I turned my porch light on, but it really washed me out. I looked like I was in some kind of a zombie movie. Oh, mosquitoes. I brought my jacket out here in case I need to put on some long sleeves. Mosquitoes just thick, all the rain we've been getting makes them all come out. They love me. Yeah, I'm going to talk about British slang today. Yeah, it makes me think Carol was calling mosquitoes mossies. Y'all don't have them there, right? So I never heard that. I never heard that term before. Gang, it's good to see you. See, I was watching with Mandy, so sorry about the comments. She really liked the post. Well, I might have missed something. Mandy really liked the post. What post was that? You know, about the comments. So when I'm live, the algorithm, it promotes, like if you comment a lot, Screech, hi. Roy, hi. I'm not sure I've seen y'all in the live stream before, but when it's good to have you both. Roy, I was just replying to your comment there. Thing about puds, you were telling me about steak and ale pies, I think. That was right, Roy? Anyway, so if you comment a lot during the live streams, then it rewards you and it puts you up. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. It puts your comments up so I can see them. I notice when I review and watch back the live streams, I see comments that didn't pop up. Now, sometimes I miss your comments because they scroll by too quick and I don't see them. But yeah, somebody yesterday who didn't comment just but once, it popped in and said hello, and I didn't say hello back, but it didn't come up during the live stream, so I didn't see it. Like I said, if you comment a lot, it makes sure I see it. And if you don't comment very much, I guess it just doesn't show it to me live, but I see it later. If I watch the playback of the live. I love it when y'all chat with each other. Genghis is telling some folks hello. Okay, good. Sue, I appreciate that when you tell me your name, and I'll remember. See AHB there, that's Amanda, and I know I never forget. So SD Creech, M5R. Your name's Sue. I won't forget. You know the Johnny Cash song, Boy Named Sue? I'm assuming you're not a boy. You ever heard that song, Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash? It's a story about a dad that wasn't going to be around to raise his son. So to make his son tough, he named him Sue. He got a lot of fights. Learn to toughen up. Yeah, I like it when you guys say hello together. Yeah, so I would say Carol calls mosquitoes mossies, but I never heard that term. Like I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about, hey, June. Good to see you, June. I'm going to talk about British slang. If we use a slang word for mosquitoes, we say skeeters. But, yeah, you heard of that song before, Sue? June. That would be snow footage. You know, yesterday morning, a couple of videos posted I had scheduled. The Isle of Skye and History of Britain Part 2. They did horrible. Almost nobody watched them. And then I saw that snow happening. Oh, Guinness said midges. And midges, I've heard they're way worse, huh? think I could stand it in Scotland with the midges. In the summertime, yeah, I've heard they're way worse. And I can't imagine worse. Because the mosquitoes, they just swarm me. If you watched yesterday's live stream, they were swarming me. The rain we've had, it brings them back out. And June says, hi, my China plate. What is that? Oh, maybe she's talking to somebody else in there. But yeah, I don't think I can stand midges because I've heard they're just relentless. I never experienced that before. I know I want to go to Scotland, but if it's in the summer when the weather's good, I don't know. I don't know if I could take it. But yeah, we call them skeeters here. But yeah, that Whitby. So I put out that Whitby video, and it quickly surpassed the other two videos in views combined. It still has twice as many people watched that Whitby video as the other two videos combined. So I guess people weren't really into the Isle of Skye or the history of Britain in 20 minutes. I gotta be honest, a lot of people request that history of Britain in 20 minutes video, and I didn't learn a thing from it. I'm such a history buff that if you condense down your history to 20 minutes, yeah, I already know all that stuff. That's just basic stuff. Genghis Wayne, try some Cockney slang rhymes in East London. Cool. I'm gonna try to. You know, I'm so blind. I'm blind as a bat. I can't. Oops. Oh, my stuff's falling apart. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera. But yeah, if it's not close enough, I can't hardly see. Can't hardly read it. I think it's from all the years. I used to have great vision. I think it's from all the years of painting. You gotta see what you're doing, and I don't know. I can't hardly see. But Cockney slang, huh? I bet you I would. I bet you. I don't know any. I don't know any. But what I do know is that I got my notes right here, and I wrote down a bunch of British slang. And I want to talk about these words and let you know, have I ever heard that before? Did I know what it meant? Do we use any of these words in the U.S.? You know, I think British slang is really cool. You know, I don't think we have cool slang in the U.S. I don't know. You tell me, but I was trying to think of something, but I don't know. I don't know if we have cool slang here now, but I do enjoy your slang. So yesterday, a couple things happened that led me to this. Oh, anyway, I was saying that Whitby video of the snow. Did y'all see that? I was so excited. I felt like that video showed me more of the town than the other video that I watched of Whitby. I chatted with that guy over at Simply Whitby. We subscribed to each other's channel. I contacted him, just told him thank you, and then I reacted to his video and enjoyed his channel. So I subscribed to him, he subscribed back and chatted back with me. So yeah, that Whitby video was good. Y'all get snow? Who got snow up there? I heard a lot of places did, some places didn't. Yeah, I wish I had some snow. Anyway, I love that Whitby snowing video. I was so excited to watch that. Can y'all see me okay? Y'all hear me okay? A couple things before I get into the slang though. You know, a few people, Martin, Malcolm, Nathan, that posted pics up on my community page yesterday in the live stream. I was like, y'all post some pics. And Carol, I don't see Carol yet. Oh, mosquito. But Carol emailed me some pics and said she's having trouble posting pics in the community page. Carol, if you get in here, I want to know if you don't mind if I post those pics up on my community page myself, because they were lovely. Let's see. Not just slang, just older words for stuff like ginnels and snickets. I have no idea what a ginnels and snickets is. I never heard of that in my life. But, so yeah, I don't know. Is anyone else having trouble? I don't know if it's just lack of technical ability, because a few people have posted pics on my community page, but a couple of people told me they couldn't. So I don't know if it's maybe the device you're trying from, or just maybe lack of technical difficulty. But I think Carol, hey, the Grinch, good to see you, buddy. Just joined the live stream. You know, I figure if Carol, if she can email pics, she ought to be able to post pics on the community. So I don't know, it's blocking you out. I did some research. Everything says y'all should be able to post pics there. I'd love to see pics of snow if you got any. Chatted with June a little bit also on the email yesterday. You know, y'all email me if you want to. You know, I talked with Nathan quite a bit. I thought he might join us. Maybe he'll join us in a bit. Where's Ben and Sean? Genghis says, I was trying to send you a picture of Eli Cathedral, but did it not work? What happened? You can email them to me if you want, and let me know in the email if you don't mind me posting up the pics to the community myself. But yeah, I love the community. I love it when y'all post there. You don't know what happened? It didn't post? Genghis? Huh. That's disappointing, because when I saw that I could do that community page, I was like, oh, this would be great. People can send me pics. She says there are loads in Whitby, basically, alleyways. Oh, is that what Guinness and things on? I see them everywhere. Did y'all check out that York video this morning? Let me know if you saw that. You know, the Grinch Christmas markets. I don't know if you can see. I got it written down in my notes. I want to talk about Christmas markets here in a minute. But the answer to the question, the Grinch, I'm just going to call you Grinch. Why are you the Grinch? Well, I do love the Grinch, right? I don't know why. He's a lovable villain. Yeah, his heart grew in the end, so he's all right. But yes, I am going to react to Christmas markets. The Edinburgh reaction that's coming up in a couple days, she went to a Christmas market there. It's a Christmas video of her in Edinburgh. Covent Garden is good for the London Christmas markets. That's what I want to know. I am going to react to Christmas markets, and I want to know where the best ones. Because to be honest, she was in one in Edinburgh, and it didn't look that. I wasn't that impressed. It looked like it had some kitty rides and some food booths. I wasn't that impressed. But I've seen other ones. I've seen other videos of Christmas markets there, and they look amazing. So yeah, tell me where's the best Christmas market that I should look up and try to react to, because I don't want one that'll blow my socks off. Y'all say that? I don't know what phrases we use. York video, fantastic, June says. Also saw earlier in the year the other one, you're speaking about too much food. Yeah, I mean, some folks, I reacted to a video where they just were eating, and they were lovely. But they were just eating food, and then they're like, oh, look, there's Westminster. I was like, no, I can't post this video of just them eating in York and briefly pointing out Westminster. I get it. I'm a foodie. I love it, but maybe their channel was food centric. I don't know. But yeah, I was like, the one I posted, I loved. Hopefully, that did York right. Now, York's got a lot of history, a lot more history than that guy talked about. And that's what turned me on to York in the past. It made me love the city. So I'm gonna get into some more of that as well. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good video. Sometimes it's hard to pick them when you're going blind. But yeah, that video's doing pretty good already this morning. I see a lot of comments on it, a lot of likes, a lot of views. But yeah, I definitely want to get into Christmas markets, and I want to know if even if you're watching this not live, let me know in the comments. Cambridge Christmas market is pretty good. Is it true, Cambridge? I'm gonna write that down because I might forget. But yeah, I definitely want to know that. Let me know. Grinch, are you saying York is good, just the city, the video, or you mean York has a good Christmas market? Anyway, a couple other things before I get into slang. I did a poll a while back with some choices, and one of the polls was won by British TV and one was won by British music. And man, I'm having trouble. When I react to British TV or music, they just immediately get blocked. And I'm trying to edit them with all the tricks they say you can use to keep them from getting blocked. Just won't work. I've done a couple TV and a couple music reactions that just they immediately got blocked. So I gotta figure that out because they were popular in the polls, and I want to do them, but just can't get them to post good. The Grinch says that he lives in Cambridge. I've not been to the Christmas market yet. Why not get some Christmas spirit? Grinch, your name is the Grinch. Oh, that's why, because you're the Grinch, and you hate Christmas. But eventually he does like Christmas. Anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to get to that. Let's see, I'm crossing off some of the things that I got on my list before I start getting into to slang. Oh, I'm ready now. So, a couple things yesterday that made me think about this, and I don't know, Kim, if you're here or if you're watching in the not live, let me know in the comments. So, someone Kim yesterday saw yesterday's live stream, not live, but she commented that she was so chuffed to find me. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, how dare you? Then I looked up chuffed, and I was like, oh, thanks. I didn't know. Kind of sounded bad, like, ooh, I've been chuffed, like, sounded like you skinned your knee or something. Oh, I chuffed my knee a little bit. It kind of hurts. I didn't really think she was being offensive, but I did have to look up chuffed. I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, oh, thank you very much. But, yeah, Kim, you kind of inspired this live feed today. So, if you notice, I am dressed for work. The rain went away. I couldn't work yesterday. It did rain most of the night, all day yesterday, most of the night. Not a storm, but just steady rain. So it's still a little wet and damp. I'm probably going to let the sun burn off some of that and go in a couple hours. So I am dressed for work. I got a little time to do the live stream. But yeah, I'll be heading to work in a little bit. But yeah, another thing, I was watching that Whitby Snow video, and he called himself a cabbage. He was wearing shorts, apparently. It's snowing outside, and he's wearing shorts. You know, folks do that in Texas because we have year-round pretty good weather, and a lot of folks just like to wear shorts. And then when it gets really cold, they just put on a jacket or a hoodie, walk around in shorts. But it was snowing there. He was in shorts, and he called himself a cabbage, and I was like, cabbage? What? I never heard that before. Now I figured out, let's see, I looked it up. Cabbage is, did I write it down? Well, it just means that he was dumb, stupid, right? That's what cabbage means. I don't think I wrote down the definition, but I got what he meant. Why the disdain for cabbages, though? I like cabbage. Anyway, let's see what some of these are scrolling past. I can't see the comments so good. Wayne, the Hickson Diaries is good for an American living in the UK. You know, I found another couple that moved to the UK, not subscribed to the channel. I might react in the future. At least she's from California, he's from Scotland, and they moved to Scotland. Let's see. So the Hickson Diaries. Okay, I might look that up. June says Simon from Simply Whippy is dead funny. I know. I chatted with him over on his page. I do like him. Cabbage is a bit of a numpty. Now, what is numpty? You're gonna describe British slang with more British slang? I mean, I'm already not that smart. I can't figure out any of this stuff. I get what you're saying, Genghis. I think cabbage is mosquito. Sorry, I always try to kill them when I see them. So yeah, it inspired me to be like, you know, I do enjoy British slang, but I don't know what it means. So I got a list here of some British slang words. I'm gonna let you know if I knew what they were, if I had heard them before. Sorry, car going by. What is it? Glaswegian slang in Glasgow? Is that Glaswegian? You know, that reaction's coming up soon. That poll is up right now. Glasgow's running away with it over Belfast and Birmingham, which are tied. So get in there and vote so you can let me know which order to do those in. I can't have a tie. So, but is that Glaswegian from Glasgow? I'm just guessing. Numpty is a tube. Genghis, now you're just playing with me, aren't you? You just keep describing British slang with more British slang. Gert means big in the Southwest, and Gert lush means something really good or nice. Mainly said in Bristol. Ben, good to see you. Thanks for that comment. Gert, what's wrong? Yeah, okay, means stupid. Cabbage. The Grinch tells me means stupid. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. You know, Americans are enchanted by your slang. They say, I don't think we have that much. Let me know. Maybe y'all know. Maybe we just say things and we don't realize that it's slang, but y'all's dominates worldwide. British slang is just known everywhere, or at least if you tell someone, oh, British slang, they'll be like, yeah, they may not know the words, but they definitely heard of British slang. How'd that even start? Well, y'all are so inventive. Like cabbage. Cabbage means stupid. But why? Why? Cabbage is no dumber than any other vegetable, is it? I like a good coleslaw. Y'all eat coleslaw? I make a good coleslaw. Love cabbage. My grandma used to take cabbage and bore a little hole out in the middle, so core it. Put a stick of butter in it. Wrap it up in aluminum foil. Put it in the oven. Take it out, man. That's delicious. That's delicious. That might have been a southern thing, I don't know, but that was one of my grandmother's favorite foods. And I still make it. It's simple, it's easy, and it's delicious. So anyway, cabbage is a hard vegetable, and that means so stupid, dumb, hard. Like not good in the brain. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, so I got some British slang words I want to talk about. Like I said, I want to tell you if I ever heard them. I want to tell you if any of them cross the pond and we use them here. You know, the Scots say we, right, for small. I couldn't get away with that. That can't cross over. That just makes you sound, I don't know. It sounds great when the Scots say it, but if we do it, I don't know. It doesn't sound right. Yeah, red pickled cabbage. I do like that too. Grinch says they like that. Cabbage and bacon is wicked. You know what it is? That's true. I bet you put that stick of butter and some bacon in there, and then bacon, that'd probably be good too. Jane's talking about that, but so I don't think we really have now in Texas. We do have some things that we say. I don't know if you really call it slang. This is kind of my intro to get into y'all's slang. I was trying to think about what we say. Out in the country, we'll say things. Now these kind of become one word. They're like a sentence. It becomes one word. I don't know if that's really slang, but you know, if you have someone says, where you at, the Alamo? No, that's about Alamo I was talking about yesterday. Sorry if I bored y'all with that. I'm such a history buff of everything. I can't help myself. No, the Alamo's about 8 hours south of me. That's too cool. I don't think I've seen you before in the stream. Good to have you. So some things we say, like, you know, in Texas, we always want to feed you. We want to feed everybody. If you got somebody that come over to your house, you might ask them, "Jeet yet?" It's like one word, 2 syllables. Jeet yet means have you eaten? Because we want to feed you if you haven't. I don't know if you ever heard that. Another thing we say now, when in the South, when you see a friend maybe you hadn't seen in a while, you run into them at the store, you'll ask them, and this again becomes just one word. How's your mom and them? It's just considered good to ask about someone's family. So that's how you would ask how their family is doing. How's it coming in? I don't know if that's slang. These are just little phrases that we say. Excuse me. You know, one thing I say a lot is, "Aight then." That's like one word. It's a pretty common Texas phrase. "Aight then." Just means okay. But I don't know if you heard any of those before. It's the season for these veggies, perfection. So I love vegetables, you know. I'm not a vegetarian, but occasionally I'll go a month without eating meat. I just think it's maybe better for you. Plus, I like to cook, and I got a lot of good vegetarian recipes. But so let's get into this British slang, and I'll let you know if I ever heard them or if we use them here. So chuffed, I talked about. I looked it up. It says pleased or happy about something. Yeah, I'd never heard that. We don't use that here in the States. Yeah, chime in with some more if you guys want. Nathan, whatcha? I always like to see Nathan. But yeah, chime in with some more of these if I miss any. But so these are the ones I looked up. Now knackered. Knackered I've heard before. I've heard some people use that in the States. It just means tired, very tired. So that one I knew. If you used that, I'd probably know. Do I grow my own veggies, Kingus? You know, I don't have a big enough garden to grow. Yeah, I'd love to, but in the city, I can't do it really. Sean says, hi, all sorry for laying on phone with daughter. Well, that's forgivable, Sean. No problem at all. It's good to see you, though. Oh, yeah, Nathan, thank you. So how about this number 3, dodgy? Now, this is one that has crossed the pond. We will say dodgy. It means questionable. You know, am I very smart? That's questionable. But it really means like dodgy would be like, you know, a character. He's a dodgy character. We do say that. We do say that. Watch out for that guy. He's dodgy. We do say that. So that one made it over. I think most Americans, maybe they don't say it, but they all know what it is. And I've definitely heard Americans use that. June says, frog and toad. Well, I don't know. Let's see, frog and toad. What would that mean? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any idea, June. What's frog and toad mean? Okay, mate. Now, we all know this in the U.S. You might occasionally hear someone say it. Not in general. We'll say friend. But we do know what it means. And that's one of the most, you know, that's one of the more popular ones. I believe cheers as well is originally a British toast that I think everybody uses around the world now. Let's see, Sean, slang. You really can't do slang. We have 48 counties and all have their own slang. I'm from Sunderland. I know you are. We have our own slang. Well, I know. I'm just doing my best here to do some slang. I'm sure I won't get to it all. Oh, he's saying mate here is Mara. Okay, so it's different where you're at. But yeah, mate's translated across the pond. We all know it. I think worldwide everybody knows mate means friend. But so that's a pretty common one. Now gutted. Very disappointed, it says. That one we use. I just looked up, I just put in, you know, I just Googled British slang and it gave me a list of words and definitions. So that's what I'm going off here, Sean. But yeah, gutted, we use that all the time. People use that all the time here in the U.S. Very disappointed. Didn't realize that was really British slang originally. Yeah, so that's pretty common. Now bloody, you know, I think all Americans know it. We don't really use it. We all know it. I think along with mate, cheers, and bloody, those are probably the 3 most common ones that we all know. Ben says, not really slang, but we use all right as a greeting. All right, as a greeting, huh? So you walk by someone, you say, all right. Is that like we do like a head nod sometimes to someone when they're walking by, just a quick You know, when we walk past each other, we also often ask them, "How you doing?" That's just a greeting. We don't want to answer. I don't know if y'all do that. So frog and toad is erosion. What is that? Huh. That's weird. I guess that's what she's saying. I'm trying to think about it. Oh boy, Sean's giving me Kets means candy, Gegs means eyeglasses, Kegs means trousers, Tab means cigarette. Some examples, okay. Now I've heard fag is a cigarette, which we definitely don't use that in the U.S. because it has another meaning. But I've heard that before from Brits. Okay, so where was that? Cheeky. Now this is one that we all also have heard in the U.S. all the time. Cheeky meaning playful, impudent, or rude. Like those mosquitoes, they're just trying to get me, cheeky little fellas, right? Aggro means aggressive behavior. Okay. I guess I've heard that one before, Grinch. Lugs means ears? Now I never heard that too. My lugs right here? Huh. That's what's fascinating about this to me. It's like I don't see the connection. Lugs is what holds your tires on in the U.S. You need a lug wrench to get them on. So lugs means ears. Yeah, I never heard that one before, Sue. That's a new one. So yeah, cheeky we know for sure. Gobsmacked. Utterly astonished. Yeah, this is across the pond. Folks say that all the time here. Gobsmacked. I've been gobsmacked. Yeah, so that one made it over. Guess we appropriated it. People say it. I hear people say that all the time. Sean says frog and toad is Cockney rhyming slang. Dog and bone for phone. Lady Godiva. 5 pound. Really? Lady Godiva's 5 pound, huh? That's pretty interesting too. I don't see the connection. That's what's so fascinating. It's like, where do these connections come from? Mosquitoes. Man, mosquitoes don't leave me alone. Yeah, Genghis, we talked about a ton is 100 pound. We talked about that at the end of my grocery live stream. You might have, yeah, Ben says quid means pound. I think, yeah, we were talking about that. A monkey is 500 pound. I hadn't heard that before. Of course, we refer to, you know, a $100 bill as a Benjamin because it's got Benjamin Franklin on it. We do that with all of our bills, whoever's on it. A 50 is a Jackson. It's got Andrew Jackson on it. We don't very often refer to a Washington or a Lincoln, even though they're on money, but the 50 and the 100 we do. And yeah, we just use, you know, we have a lot of slang for like a dollar, like it could be a buck. We might say bones. Bones means money, cash. Hey man, you owe me like 5 bones. Or cheese. Cheese means cash. Like, you gotta pay up the cheese, man. You owe me some cheese. I don't know if y'all use that, but Grinch says Chab means a young person, typically of a social class. Okay, I have not heard that. Sean says trouble and strife is wife, plates of meat is feet. You don't like that? You don't like that rhyming slang? Yeah, none of those have translated over to us. I hadn't heard any of those. Interesting though. So now I have heard, and it's pretty common, I think most Americans know this, that you'll say pissed means drunk, right? I think we've all heard that, but we don't use it because it means you're angry here in the U.S. You're pissed. So we don't use it, but we do know that that's what y'all mean when you say it. Pissed. Here, that just means, you know, you say, oh man, that guy was pissed. Then that means he's angry. There's a mosquito on my camera. I swear they're thick as they get. Pissing it down means raining hard. Now we do use that, Ben. We do say it's, you know, it's pissing outside. That means rain, but if you say somebody's pissed, that means they're angry. Let's see. So many more piss phrases. Okay, Sue, share them with us. Sean says for drunk we have hundreds Troll. This is Trollliesd. I don't know how to pronounce that. Smashed, legless, two sheets to the wind. Now we do say that, two sheets to the wind. That's a pretty common phrase for drunk in the U.S. So I guess that translated over somehow. But hey, Latish, good to see you. Oh, trolleyed. Sorry. Yeah, typos, man. It's hard to type. I make them all the time, man. It's irritating. So trolleyed is what he meant, Sean. So pissed, yeah. It means angry here. We don't use it, except for we do understand that that's what y'all mean when y'all say it. So another one I heard before that threw me was bird, meaning a woman, a bird. I think that's charming as can be. I don't know why you call them birds. I think that's super charming. We don't use it. I'd never heard it before. I heard it on a video. And Latish, thank you so much for that. Latish just sent me. See, I don't understand that symbol of what monetary value. That's not pounds or dollars. I don't know what that is, but I do appreciate it. I did get that in my account just now. Thank you so much, Latish. So bird, I'd never heard that. I do think that's quite charming. I wouldn't mind using that. No one would know what I meant, but I think that, okay, that's rupees. Latish, well, I do appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Yeah, I do appreciate that. Bird, not so much these days. Okay, I heard it on a video I reacted to early on. I was like, what? I believe that they used it. See, Sean says, bird, not so much these days for wife or girlfriend. Here we say, war lass. So bird means wife? That's not how I heard it used. Someone said a video I was watching, I reacted to it. Oh, it's a British TV one. I reacted to it. And someone on the channel said that she got divorced. Yeah, he left her for another bird. So I just thought it meant like woman. But you're saying it means wife? It says he uses bird and it's used a lot around my area. Oh, I see. I'm getting that flashing light. It says the sun's coming up. The light kind of, yes, yeah. That drives me crazy. It probably drives y'all crazy too, but there's nothing I can do about it. The sun's starting to come up, and as it peeks over those trees, it gets that little flashing on the screen, but I can't help it. This is Plastic Beagle's drunk. Yeah, we say that. We say that. He's plastered. Oh, I see we got 16 people watching. I know not a lot of people view that, but I think 16 is the record for the live stream. So good to have you all. Good to have you all. I was saying earlier, sometimes in the live stream it doesn't show me all the comments. So if you chime in and say hi or something and I miss it, I apologize. It kind of shows me the people that comment the most. And I noticed later when I rewatched the live stream, some folks chime in and say hello, and I didn't reply. I do apologize if that happens. It just doesn't show me. It doesn't show me every comment while we're live. It tends to just show me the people that comment the most. So let's see, Steven? Oh no, is that Stepin 2196, lives in Whitby. Likes the reaction of Whitby. Snow all gone now. Well, that's sad. It's probably better though, so you can get around, right? But it was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I've fallen in love with Whitby. I've never heard of it. That's a little hidden gem that Americans don't know about. Thanks to June, though, I've heard of it. Yeah, ball and chain games, we say that. And the old battle axe, we say that too. That's across the pond. We all say that. Well, it's kind of derogatory, but yeah, we say it. I need to comment more. I must be at the bottom of the list. No, Sean, your comments always show up. I just noticed yesterday somebody I had seen in the live stream showed up. I was reviewing it and I noticed it, and they said hello, and I didn't reply, and they were new, and I felt bad. So if that happens, I do apologize. But hello to all 14 of you that are currently watching. Somebody jumped out. A couple of people. Isn't it? Well, yeah, Grinch, isn't it? It's a nice day. Yeah, we have heard that. We don't use it. But I think most Americans do know that, isn't it? That's kind of like what I was saying before, how we have, them phrases that are, gee, yeah, it's all pushed together. Because isn't it? It's like, isn't it? Let's see, Sue saying her indoors wife. Anyway, so where was I? Okay, bloke. Bloke is one that we know. We've seen in movies, TVs. We don't use it for a man, bloke. Yeah, Sean has a list of the top 100 Cockney slang. He'll email it across to you yesterday. Okay, I appreciate that. Cuppa. Now we all know it. My son and I say it. We say it all the time. I don't think Americans use it very often, though. I don't think. We all know it here. We know what that means. Cup of tea. I'm having a cup of coffee. But yeah, we don't. Well, in my house, we use it. But I don't think most Americans do. But they've heard it. Ginga says geezer. Now, geezer here means somebody old. Not like me. I'm an old geezer. Sean says geezer gaddy for a bloke. Okay, so that just means a man. Okay, so here it means an old person. Generally an old man. We wouldn't call an older woman a geezer. But it just means, that old geezer, that old man. So that one we say, but I guess it has a different meaning. Okay, Nick means steal something, Grinch. I got that on the list. That's one that we know and don't use. Well, occasionally. I guess I have heard an American use nick before to mean steal. Not very common. Yeah, he nicked it off the shelf in his pocket. Didn't pay for it. He says a proper geezer. Stepin says, watch more Simply Whippy. You'll find out a lot more. Yeah, I already have 3 reactions to Whippy up on my channel, so you can check those out into the playlist. If you go to the playlist, I really organize well so that if you want to peruse the channel and find just things you want to watch. If I do reactions to, multiple reactions to a city or a place, I give them their own playlist, like Newcastle, Whippy. So yeah, you can use my playlist to find just what you want, but yeah, I fall in love with Whippy. June says Mulgrave Woods was a good one. Oh, is that from Simply Whippy? I'll check it out. I've been looking at his channel. He seems like he has a lot of good ones. Okay, Sue's telling me skiving means skipping. You know what? Let's see. I think I saw that, but I didn't write it down. Skiving means skipping like school. I was notorious for skipping school when I was a young lad. I used to do it all the time. You had a beautiful day, man. I go fishing. Catch up on work later. I get in trouble sometimes. My parents didn't care as long as I kept my grades up. They'd just be like, what are you doing, Wayne? You skipping school, now you get detention. I don't care. Detention, the price to pay to skid out on a nice day and go fishing, that's worth it to me. Let's see, Sean's got your York to watch. That's only an hour from me. Oh man, Sean, I love that video. York's one of the, York and Bath, 2 cities that fascinated me as a kid. Mostly because of the history, and I'm such a big history buff. And those are towns that somehow came across my radar, and I just read all about them. So, love York. Love Bath, too. Ben says Old Bill is police. And a screw is, now we do use screw as a prison guard. That we do use that. I didn't know that was British. Yeah, that's common. We use that all the time. Old Bill is police, though. Now, I think we if you ask an American, they'll say that Brits call police bobbies. We don't. But I never heard Old Bill. Nathan says jar as in a pint of beer. Never heard that. Bevy also is a beer. Well, Ginga says bevy could mean any drink. Yeah, I never heard that. See, y'all are enlightening me. I thought this might be a good topic for a live stream. It appears to be, huh? So, I'm at quid. We just talked about that. Yeah, we all know that in the U.S. We all know you use that as a pound. So it's pretty common. See, Your slang's pretty well known, even if it's not used by us. But yeah, quid is pretty common, so we all know that. How about this one, skint? Having no money. And guess what? I didn't know that was British slang, but we do use that. Americans do use that. He's skint. He's penniless. He ain't got dimes as a name. He doesn't miss skint. We use that. Texans use it quite a bit, especially in the country. I grew up in the country. We say it all the time. There are a lot of folks in the country that are skint. So, sorry, the mosquitoes. I'm gonna put on. It's not even cold here. It's gonna be about. Let's see. I think it's supposed to be about 21 Celsius today. But see, if I don't cover up, it'll eat me alive. One already flew up my pant leg and bit me on the ankle. Crazy. But yeah. Let me keep going. But yeah, skint. Skint made its way over here and we adopted it and folks say it. Meaning they get broke. No money. Daft, meaning foolish. Yeah, that made it. Americans use that term. My son says it all the time. Don't be daft. He'll tell me, I can't help it. Born this way. But see, 5 degrees Celsius in the UK. Interesting. Sean says broke, pot less, not a pot to piss in. 4 broke is a few. Yeah, we do say not a pot to piss in. He ain't got a pot to piss in. That's made it. Americans say that. Pretty common. Probably most of us don't know that's British slang, but we say it. It's used quite a bit. Okay, here's one, banging. Banging means excellent. We don't use that because over here it means something else. It means having sex. So we don't use that for excellent. You may have heard it before, used in that manner. But yeah, that's got a different meaning here. You and the bird were banging. That's how we might use it. So yeah, that one we don't use. I get distracted by mosquitoes that flying all around me. You hear them dogs? Mosquito, he won't leave me alone. So yeah, we don't use banging. Now this one says barmy, meaning crazy or eccentric. Never heard it. Never have heard it. Have you got idiot on your list, Wayne? We have loads for that. No, I don't see any words for idiot on my list. Why am I blushing? Am I blushing? I think it's just the sun. I think it's just the light. But yeah, I think she's referring. I think June's talking about banging. Yeah, yeah, it means a nice cozy night with your loved one in the bed. That's what we use that for, or wherever you might be. But so barmy, I'd never heard that for crazy or eccentric. I'd never even heard that. We definitely don't use it here. So that's a new one to me. I don't know if that's one you guys use that much, but I'd never heard that before. Now, porkies, meaning lies. You say that? I've never heard that. Porkies. Gang says, no more choices, walk the plank. Sean says, careful, Wayne, us Brits can get you to blush, but we will keep it clean. Okay. I don't blush too easy. I've seen a lot of things in my life. I'll make you blush if I start telling you stories. But yeah. So yeah, I never heard porkies before. That didn't make it over here. I don't think any Americans know what that is. I don't know how often you say some of these may be outdated. I don't know. Yeah, I never heard porkies for lies before. Fit is meaning attractive. Like, the girl's fit, the guy's fit. I mean, we say that. We say that for attractive. I mean, I think we mean it as like, they're in good shape. They're fit, physically fit. It says porky pies or lies. Something my grandma used to say when you was a kid. Porky pies, don't stop them porky pies, huh? Yeah, we wouldn't get that if you said that over here. Never heard it before, definitely. At least I haven't, and we don't use it. Carol just joined in. Good to see you, Carol. I was talking bad about you earlier. Oh man, I was like, where's Carol? I don't know. I'm gonna block her from the channel. I'm done with Carol. No, I wasn't saying that. I was saying, Carol, that I appreciated the pics you emailed me, and I wanted to ask permission. If you don't mind, I can post those on the community because those are gorgeous. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you don't mind. I'd like to post those up. The dogs, bullocks, it's the best. Okay, now we have heard that. I've heard that. That's known, but we don't say it. We don't say it here in the U.S. I never heard anyone say it in the U.S., but I think most Americans have heard that before and know what it means. So, oh, Carol says I can post those. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, I'd like to. I don't know. Sam's telling me my YouTube notifications are screwed up too. I don't think so. I have any trouble with getting my notifications on YouTube. So let's see, where was I? Fit. Yeah, we use that to mean physically fit, and that's attractive. I don't know. I don't know if we use it in the same way exactly, but people will say that here. Oh man, he's really fit. Let's see. Dingy says we used to wear bum bags. We call them fanny packs. Bum bags. We call them fanny packs. Yeah, they were popular back in the 80s. Now you kind of get made fun of if you wear one. They are handy though. I'm not gonna lie. Get a bum bag and carry a lot of stuff in there. But yeah, we call them fanny packs. Bum bag sounds better. I know you guys have another. Okay, oops. I just realized what fanny means, and that's why you don't use it. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, I know it's driving me. Fanny has a different term here. Adults only. I know. I just realized when I said it. I did. We do know in the U.S. what that means. We don't use it in that way. Yeah. Sorry, folks. Now I'm blushing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's move past that. So this one says pants. Meaning bad or rubbish? Yeah, I never heard that. I definitely did not make it across the pond. Yeah. Pants. Meaning bad or rubbish. So that's pants. Like that movie or that film's Pants. Or that American's live stream's Pants. I don't know. That one hasn't made it. Let me know if y'all still use that. Everybody's chiming in on what fanny, and a fanny means something else. Yeah, I know. I forgot for a second, but I know. That's fun. I didn't have that one on my list, but I did know that. I think most Americans know that, which is funny. We don't use it in that way. It means you bottom here. It means you bum. Yeah, this make me chuckle. Yes, pants or underwear in the UK. Sam says, but yeah, I don't know. I looked on this list. It said pants mean bad or rubbish. So what do you call your pants? The trousers? Is that the term for trousers? Is what you'd say? We do. That's we use pants to mean trousers. For underwear, we say underwear. But yeah, pants mean boxer shorts there. I don't know why I made this list. It said bad or rubbish. I did know that meant that your underwear and boxer shorts there in the UK. I had heard that because we use it just to mean trousers. So yeah, sometimes we say skivvies to mean underwear. It's kind of. Cheryl says trousers are kecks in Liverpool. I caught myself a couple of times saying pants on some of my reactions, and then in my head I was like, that means underwear there. But I wasn't sure what to use. It's hard sometimes to condition myself to say things the way you do. I try my best though. So Carol says trousers are kecks in Liverpool. Let's see. Plonker? Okay, you asked me if I had any idiot ones on here. This one says plonker means idiot. Do you use that a lot? I never heard that. That definitely didn't transfer. Right now my ankles are itching so bad. I have on long trousers, I have on coveralls, and the mosquitoes will literally fly up the bottom of my trousers and bite me on the ankles. Crazy. Let's see. I'm getting to the end of my list here. Now, lorry for truck, I believe most Americans know that means truck. In the UK, we don't use it. I'm not really sure where does that come from. Why is a lorry a truck? Somebody let me know. I don't know why lorry became a truck. Inga says, Wayne, when you come to the UK, try Ruby. I don't know what that is. Sean's back. Didn't know he was gone. But good to have you back. Yeah, I don't know what lorry is. Not a hot one. June, I don't know. Welly. It says here that means effort or power. Welly? I never heard that. Is that used very much? I mean, effort or power? Like, I don't know how you use that in a sentence. Welly. I don't know. Again, I just Googled this and it gave me some phrases. So I don't know. A Ruby. Oh, a Ruby Murray is a curry. Oh, it's a curry? Oh, I make curry all the time. They're super popular here in the U.S. as well. But we don't call them rubies. Andy Murray? No, I grew up playing tennis. That was my sport. I started playing tennis at 6 years old and I played all the way up to university. But I'm familiar with Andy Murray. One of the greats. British tennis players. Oh, Sue, that's how you say it? Give it some welly? Okay, yeah, never heard that. Definitely did not translate over. The national dish of the UK is chicken tikka masala. Yeah, I make that all the time. That seems a little weird because it's not a British dish. That's not where that comes from. But that's your national dish. I love it. I make it all the time. Make it from scratch. It's delicious. Carol says gob means face. I never heard that. Sometimes we'll use mug. You know, punched him in the mug. Well, she got a nice mug for face, but gob? I guess that's what gobsmacked, like smacked in the face. We do say that, but we don't use gob for face. That's pretty interesting. That's weird. So we're saying gobsmacked, and we don't even know what it means. I mean, we know what it means, but we don't know that gob means face. I'll use mug too. Yeah. How about puss? Yeah. Got hit in the puss. Now that also here means something else, but kisser also. Oh yeah, we do use that too. Kisser also for face or gob. Sean says gob is mouth to him, Carol. Over that side. Y'all on opposite sides, Sunderland, Liverpool. Opposite sides from each other. So let's see, I only got 3 more left here. On the pool, meaning looking for a romantic partner. On the pool, or pull. Sorry, my accent makes me say pool. But pull it out. Pull out the drawer. So do you say on the pool for looking for a romantic partner? Never heard that. That didn't make it across the pond. We don't say that. He's just picking up a bird, hopefully. So June says, yep, Wayne, on the pool. Can't say that I am. I mean, maybe someday I meet a cute little British lass, maybe I will. Be the dream. Yeah, we don't say that here. He says, or vice versa, or you mean vice versa? We say that. That's Latin. Vice versa. Pie hole's mouth strong. We say that too. We say pie hole. I like to tell my son. Now my son and I, we get along. Like we never fight. We never fight, but occasionally I'll tell him to shut his pie hole, just for fun. Usually when he's not even saying anything, I'll just walk in the room sometime and tell him, "Shut your pie hole." You're not even talking. So yeah, we say that. Sean, Friday, Saturday night, saying out on the town, on the pool. So we say out on the town, but we don't say on the pool. I'd never heard that before until I looked that up. That one makes sense. I don't understand where lorry comes from. Why that's a truck, but on the pool, that makes sense. I see why that is. Now, here's one we do use, and I use it all the time. I use this for sure weekly, if not daily. When I'm working, I use this term all the time to folks working with me. Wonky means unstable. Put your ladder up against there, right there, in the wrong way. It's wonky. You're gonna fall. We use that all the time. That one made it across the pond. We got crooked house over there, a little wonky, isn't it? Yeah, we say that all the time. Mosquito trying to get a drink of my coffee. Dadgum. Y'all say that? We say that. You know, I grew up with kids around me a lot, and so I have a lot of like dad sayings where instead of cussing, dadgum. That's one. Yeah, I'll say quite a bit. Geez Louise, Jiminy Cricket. These are all things that you'll say instead of cuss words to not cuss around your kids. Sean said, oh, she's talking to Carol. Okay, Carol says she personally loves divvy. Does that mean like divide it up? That's how we use that. Divvy that up. You know, you got some pie, you're gonna divvy it up evenly. We say that. I don't know if it means the same thing to you, Carol, but we say divvy to split things evenly or to divide things up. It says, grew up in a large family, know what it's like. Carol grew up in a large family, oh my gosh. But yeah, she got 8 siblings. I got 5 kids. Carol, you're one of 8, I think you said. The youngest of 8. Bob's your uncle. Okay, now this one we all know in the U.S., and some of us say it. It's very popular with my son saying. He likes to say it all the time. He's a big fan of the UK. Most Americans don't say it, but we know what it is. Bob's your uncle. That means you finished something. Bing bang, Bob's your uncle, right? Genghis, you were the youngest, so was I, so was Carol in our family. Oh, divvy is an idiot as well. Okay, so we use that different. It means it's slang for dividing things up. Here, bish bash bosh. I don't know what that means. I hadn't heard that one, Nathan. Yeah, Carol, you're the youngest of 8. I think I said that right, didn't I? Yeah, I'm the youngest of 3. 2 older brothers. And they're much older than me. They were mean, I ain't gonna lie. One time they rolled me up in a carpet, just like a rug. They rolled me up in a rug. You can't get out. You get rolled up in a rug. Just my feet, my head sticking out. And then they left the room to be funny, and then they forgot. I was in there screaming, hey, yeah, I couldn't get out of this rug. Yeah, when you're the youngest, you can get picked on, okay. Angus. Oh, maybe I did say oldest, Carol. I didn't mean to. I meant to say youngest. I knew you're the youngest. But sometimes slip of the tongue, I say things. I notice sometimes watching back, I'll say UK and I meant US. I don't know why I do that. But yeah, some things come out wrong. So wonky, that we use all the time. The last one I got on here is gobby, meaning loud or mouthy person. I use that one a lot. That one I hadn't heard. Didn't make it across the pond. Gobby. Somebody's loud like that. That American. Whew. Gobby. Is that how you use it? Mouthy? Yeah, that's what King said. Yeah, that hasn't made it. I hadn't made it across the pond. Nobody here uses that. I don't think we know what that is. Gobby. So that's the end of my list. You folks got any more that I should know about? I was saying earlier that you refer to mosquitoes as mossies, but we don't. I never heard that until you used it. You don't have mosquitoes over there, so I don't know if that's just something you. Is that what all the UK call mosquitoes? I don't know. We call them skeeters. Skeeters done ate up my ankles this morning. The thing about mosquito bites is when you get them, if you scratch them, it makes them a million times worse. Now they itch really bad. My ankles right now are on fire, but I will not touch them. I will not scratch them because if you don't scratch them, they go away quicker. If you do scratch them, they'll be itchy forever. Let's see, Sean says, talks too much, tells lies, mouthy, causes trouble with their mouth, depends on the context. Okay, that's gobby, John. Mouthy. Depends on the context, how you use it. That makes sense. Yeah, I hadn't heard it. So I guess I educated myself a little bit. I know there must be millions and millions more. Like Sean was saying, different regions have different slangs. The rhyming slang there in Sunderland where he's from. You know, I got that reaction coming out in a couple days now, Sean. Which leads me to, now that I'm done with all that, spud is potato bin. Yeah, we use that. We call potato spuds all the time. Everybody uses that here in the U.S. That one made it across, I guess. Sean says our slang words can be used either way, serious or funny. Yeah, for the same word. Like wanker can be funny or nasty. Yeah, wanker we all know in the U.S. We don't use it. I think we tend to think of it as an insult, maybe because you call Americans wankers, you probably don't mean it in a funny way. So I think we think of it as an insult here in the U.S., but we don't use it, but we know what it means. Yes, Ben, we use spud all the time to mean potato, but I was getting to the Sunderland reaction that I've already recorded, and it comes out. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but in a few days that'll come up, and then that leads me to Macklem. Now y'all been explaining it to me, and I do get it. I did get it. So I did a reaction to Macklem. It's going to come out an hour after the Sunderland reaction on whatever day that is, 2 or 3 days from now. So you'll see my reaction to me learning about Macklem. And it enlightened me. So I did understand what you were saying, that it's a shipyard, shipbuilders there, and you make them, you take them, you tack them, you finish them, make them, and take them. I did understand that you were telling me that. I guess the confusion is that you pronounce it Macklem, and you spell it M-A-C-K, Macklem. So I was like, well, why isn't it Macklem? Why did it turn into Macklem? I understand what it means, but I just was like confused by why is it Macklem instead of Macklem? It's referring to making and taking it. But I get it now. Check out that reaction. Check out that reaction when it comes out. It'll post an hour after my reaction to Sunderland. And I'm glad I did it. It helped clear things up. Yeah, Sean, again, it's slang from the shipyards term. I knew that from the get-go. I think I was acting like I was more confused about that. That doesn't confuse me. I understand that. I always have. What was confusing to me is why you don't say make them. How did it become Mac? But I think, it's even spelled M-A-C-K instead of M-A-K. At least that's how I see it. Is that how I see it spelled? No, I'm not sure. But anyway, totally get it now, Sean. Totally get it. 100% I get it. I get it now. Watched the video on it. It's really good. I quite enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoy that day, Sean, where those two reactions come out. My reaction to Sunderland, then my reaction to Macklem. Genghis says I should watch Steel Game. What is that, Genghis? Step Pen says staying with the Whitby theme. Check out Whitby Goth Weekend. Yeah, I've heard about it. I'm probably going to check that out. I mean, it is in my Whitby reactions. They talk about it a little bit. But I may do I watched a video about Whitby and things that happen there. They talk about that. It's 2 weekends generally, once in April and once in October. I may do a video just on that. But yeah, I'm familiar. You guys, Step Pen, Steve Pen, you got to go check out my Whitby reactions. I think you just seen the snow one. Sean says we say going to make a pie. It means make a pie. Okay, so it's just, see, that's what threw me, is why is Mac short for make, but now I get it. Now I get it. I get it. I promise you, I get it now. Before, it just was throwing me off. I understood what it meant, but I guess I didn't understand why did Mac, or why did make turn into Mac? Why did the pronunciation change? Scottish comedy? I missed something, Genghis. Sometimes it doesn't show me everything, and I can't see what you're talking about. The Genghis just commented Scottish comedy. Still Game is, oh, that's Still Game? Still Game is a Scottish comedy. You'll see the pub culture, council estate culture slang. Yeah, man. I keep trying to post stuff about British TV reactions, and YouTube keeps blocking them. Doesn't even let me post them. I've been Googling all the tips to try to stop that from happening. Immediately it blocks my TV and my music reactions, which is bumming me out. Because I recorded, a few, and then they just get blocked. They won't even let me post them. It's frustrating. You spend 2-3 hours reacting and editing video, posting it, and immediately doesn't allow it to post. It's a bummer. So I gotta figure out a way. June says, Brit TV as you like, spooky things used to be great programs, most haunted. Think you'd like that. Okay, they did a few episodes. I would love to react to these things. Gotta find a way. I see other reactors do it. I don't know. I mean, I Google how to do it and tells me do this, do that. And they won't get, but they just keep getting blocked. Nathan says, I forgot the treacle again. That's not slang, but a fact. Well, I forget things at the store all the time. So, yeah, I guess that's about it that I got for British slang today. That's kind of fun for me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I tried to pick some topics. Man, yesterday I was just tired. My live stream, I really had not much. I was rambling. I apologize. I was barely awake. It was a rough night before. Ben says you might be able to watch Taskmaster. All the episodes are already on YouTube, so hopefully it might work. That's what's crazy. Some of this stuff, I try to post up some British commercials. I was like, surely this one be blocked. You got blocked. They just will block stuff. I guess, yeah, Vet Fielding. Okay, let's see. Sam says thanks for the stream. June says loved it. Dodgy. Derek, he was funny. Okay, pretty cool. But yeah, I'm having trouble. I'm gonna have to figure out a way because, like I said a while back, I did a poll, a couple of different polls, and in one of them British TV reactions won, and the other one British music won, and I just keep having trouble with it, no matter what. If a video has background music on it, it gets blocked. I mean, just basic, nothing, background. I have to go in, that's why editing takes so long. I have to go in and remove all the background music. And that's why a lot of times, there's just footage where there was background music, and then I just talk during the footage. Somebody told me not to do that, but I feel like sitting there watching me staring with no sound. Yeah. They told me not to do that, but I'm gonna keep doing that. If there's a place where I remove background music and then it's just silent footage, yeah, I'm gonna talk during that time on my videos, like it or not. I'm not gonna just sit there in silence with silence on the screen. I'm gonna talk. King says, Wayne, mute the music. I do. Yeah, I have to. If I don't mute background music, even if it's just little tinkling, trinkling stuff, it gets copyrighted. I mute it every time. Or I I isolate the voice is what I do, so that only the voice appears. All right, well, guess I'm gonna sign off. We get to work here pretty soon. Go check out the York reactions that are up today if you haven't already. Love York. Love York. I'm definitely going York. Maybe maybe not stay in York. I'm definitely going to York. I think I'm gonna stay in Bristol for sure. Spend some time there and see the surrounding area. I'm staying in Newcastle for sure. Stay there and see the surrounding area. Maybe get down to Sunderland while I'm staying in Newcastle, Sean. Saw a couple of your beaches there, Sean. Lovely, huh? You got a castle there too. I learned a lot more about Sunderland because I didn't know. But Ben says, great life. Thanks, Ben. You have a great day too. Sean says, has a great day. Good to see you all. Stephen says, if you come over, I'll give you a full tour. I appreciate that. So yeah, everyone's saying goodbye. I'm also saying goodbye. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I enjoy these live streams, even though it's just a few of us. It feels good. I like you guys that come and join me. I appreciate it. So, bye the Grinch, bye Carol, bye Nathan, bye Ben, bye Sean, bye Steve Penn. I don't know who else is here. Bye Sue. Quite enjoying chatting with you. I hope I didn't leave anybody out. If I did, Genghis, adios. Y'all say that. We say that all the time in Spanish. Yeah. Goodbye to you all. I'm scrolling through. June, you still here? Goodbye, June. Nice chatting with you. Yeah, I don't know who I left out. I didn't mean to, but goodbye to you all. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed this little, my education of some of the British slang. But appreciate you. Y'all take care.